President Biden says the nation will stand with the victims of today's deadly attack in New Orleans. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kim Chapman-Whitfield. Tonight, the AP reports at least 15 people are now dead, dozens more hurt. And tonight, we're tracking the ongoing fallout, including everything we know about a University of Georgia student who was critically injured today. Right now, a live look at Bourbon Street. Authorities say their suspect, Shamsuddin Jabbar, ran over people in this area around 3 o'clock this morning while shooting a gun. Authorities say he got out of the truck and shot at police officers, wounding 2 of them. Officers then shot and killed Jabbar. President Biden says Jabbar was an American and a former member of the military.
The FBI has reported to me the killer was an American citizen, born in Texas. He served in the United States Army on active duty for many years. He also served in the Army Reserve until a few years ago.
Meg Doyle spoke with 2 Georgia residents who were in New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl. She joins us now with their reactions. Meg.
Kim, I spoke with Georgia fans from our viewing area who are currently in New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl. Thankfully, those I spoke with were not on Bourbon Street at the time of the attack, but they tell me New Orleans is now a different city.
It was really devastating. It's been really somber day today.
Jackie Mullins flew to New Orleans from Ringgold on Tuesday. He says he was just blocks away when the attack happened.
We saw a heavy police presence, emergency vehicles, even small ambulances, just different things. And we thought that was a lot more than just New Year's.
So far, more than a dozen lives lost and dozens also injured. Mullins tells me he saw police on nearly every corner.
We're staying at the Hyatt right across the street from the Dome. There are armored vehicles down in our basement that we saw. I was looking out my window early this morning, probably about 7:30, and I saw the police presence below us.
Patrick Hickey, a Wildwood resident, also traveled to New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl game, which has now been rescheduled to Thursday afternoon.
I don't think anybody expected something like this to happen at all.
And now Hickey is feeling even more on edge.
You know, waiting on an Uber or a Lyft or walking back to your vehicle after something like that happens, you kind of open up that extra bit of looking over your shoulder.
Fans are now having to make the decision to rearrange travel plans or stay the extra day for the game.
Everybody here was going to the hotel, trying to see if they can get rooms. You know, people were calling their airlines, trying to get their flights rebooked.
And others are eager to get back home. Hickey talked with other fans at his hotel.
He was here with his wife and kids, and they were saying that they didn't feel safe after what had happened this morning.
But for Hickey,
appreciate what you have and hug the ones that you have a little bit tighter.
Hickey tells me he plans on bringing a few poster boards to the game tomorrow to show his support for New Orleans and hopes that others will do the same. Kim.
Meg, thank you. The FBI has closed off roads to a neighborhood in Houston. The Bureau says this decision stems from this morning's New Orleans attack. Officials did not provide any further details, and there's no word on that UGA student who was critically injured in New Orleans. But the school's president did say, quote, "I have spoken to the student's family and shared my concern, support, and well wishes on behalf of the entire UGA community." Also of note, the New York Times reports Shamsuddin Jabbar was a student at Georgia State in Atlanta from 2015 until 2017. We'll talk more about tomorrow's Sugar Bowl later on in this newscast. Also tonight, one person has died, 7 others injured after a Tesla Cybertruck exploded